In the previous video, we explained to you the process of researching for the action home with which county in the United States. Did you try it out? Or are you successful? If yes, please let us know. We will love to hear from you. Besties text that too in a comment section. Well, in this video, we will discuss how to analyze what kind of houses you would like to bid on. Are you excited and ready to learn? First, you have to download the list of all the bills that will be on this channel.
www.onyxelectronics.com, where we are going to download the 2 Excel lists that have been uploaded. If you want to participate in the Tax certificate sale that will be in April 8th to April the 11th, there's these 2 lists. List 1 says Excel, first time on sale, and assessed improvement value of $5,000 and over. List 2 says repeaters file. So we're going to download both of them, and then we shall continue from there. There we go. So I downloaded it. So first time on sale means that these properties, this is the first time that they are going up for auction. So probably they're going to be hot cake, because I mean it's the first time that they're up for grabs. So they haven't been in previous auctions, so you know that it's not a reject or something like that. Or it has an additional assessed value of $5,000 and over, which means maybe last time it was worth maybe only $10,000, but now it is $15,000 and over. Out of all these 1,000 units, which one are you going to bid for? That's what we're going to work on. So the repeaters sale, the repeaters list is the list which in previous sales these units were up for grabs, but for some reason they didn't get selected. Either nobody bid for them, or the people who bid for them eventually weren't able to pay up the bid that they put up for it, or maybe they bid for them but then they kind of got bored with it. At the last minute they decided they don't want it anymore, so they just didn't redeem, so it went back up for grabs. These ones are 7,199.
Next, you need to reverse all the property that have no real value.
How are we going to determine that the property doesn't have value? Of course, well, we're going to look at this column that says certificate value. So the value of that property has been listed on this column, both for the new and for the repeaters. So what we're going to do for both lists is that we are going to sort, custom sort, and then we go to sort value, this one, and then we shall sort descending. The reason we are sorting descending is because then the ones with little value will be at the bottom. Okay, and there we go. So we have the value, the property with high values come to the top. I have a unit that is on Harrison Street. It has the value of only $119. So maybe you can find this was only like a tiny strip of land that was left over after all the what's it called? The people who usually subdivide the land, they divided it into lots, and then probably this was some leftover strip of land. I don't know. So it could be anything like that. So we don't want to go and bid $500 or $1,000 in the auction, only to find that what we have won is like a strip of land. It's something that is not going to be of any value to us.
You don't want to earn property with no real value.
Wonderful. So you go all the way to the end of this spreadsheet. You'll see here it says assessed land. So we're going to compare the assessed land value with the total value, this one that is in the total certificate value. And our aim of doing that is to just kind of check how much value was added, like the improvements that were done on the land, how much total value are they, so that you can tell if it's only a small improvement, then it means that maybe nothing much was done to the property that's on that land has little value, or maybe it's run down, or maybe it's not even there, or maybe they just put a fence and that's it. But if it's something of a large value, then you can know maybe it's a decent house, maybe it's a 3-bedroom. It would be advisable just to track your changes of what you've been doing. In order to track the changes, you can as well take the whole sheet, copy it to a new sheet. You can go to sheet 2 and paste it on there. That way you're able to track the changes that you've been doing. So what I just said that I'm going to do, I'll do it in sheet 2. Maybe sheet 2 I can still also rename it. I can rename it improved value. I'll take the whole of this column, take it all the way to the end, and then add a new column called improvement value. Okay, so far so good. And then I can control B so that it looks similar. So in this new column, what we're going to do, we're going to get the difference. So we'll take the certificate value, we'll use a formula, equal sign, x2, I hit minus, and then I hit V2, and then I hit enter, and the value is there, and then autofill. So the autofill is just going to repeat that formula all the way down. So the next thing that we're going to do from here is still we're going to sort. Data, sort sheet. Okay, sort sheet with column Y. So column Y is the column that we just created for improvement value, but we want it in descending order. We want the highest value to the top. So we'll do from Z to A. And once we do that, it has already sorted. And so we see that the property with the highest value, which is $333.306, $333,000, is the first one. So this must be a very nice property that's on here. So, and then all the way to the bottom. So if you see these ones that have 8,000 value, 7,000, maybe it's a rundown house, maybe it's a 1-bedroom or something like that. And then you come to these ones that are 20,000, and then you go all the way to some units that are about 50,000 going to 60 grand, and then eventually the ones that are 100 grand and above.
From there, you determine which linear houses you want to focus on. Once you have narrowed down to this level,
just for the sake of kind of familiarizing ourselves with what each and every column is all about. So column A says day of sale number. So this number is the number of the property on the day of the auction. When they're auctioning property number 332, for example, it is this particular address. So on the auction day, they're not going to say 1648 tag 50 Massachusetts Street. So it's up to you to know the property that you want to bid, what is its number, and then you be keen on the day of the auction so that the number is not passed while you're still maybe distracted with something else. Column B says location city. The location city is the city. Every county has several cities. That's just basically the city where the property is located. Location address is the street address. The zip code, we understand it. It's just the zip location of where that property is. So taxing unit, do use it to identify, I guess, the coding of the taxation of that particular property. So this parcel number is the GIS number of the property. So whenever you're looking for that property in the GIS map, it doesn't show with the street address. You look for the parcel number, and that will give you the exact demarcation where the property starts and where it ends. And then, so the next column, G, which says new property without dash or dot. So you can see the parcel number has dashes and dots. So the next one is just the same exact property number without the dashes and dots. So removed. So this column H that says removed, yes or no, is whether the property has been removed from the auction. Because sometimes when the owner realizes that their property is up for auction, they probably go and pay up all the past due taxes, and then that property gets removed from the auction. So every so often you have to keep checking whether the property that you're interested, whether it is still in the auction or not. GIS path, this, when you go to this particular path, it will take you to the GIS website, and you'll be able to view the map view or any other kind of view of the property that has been listed. So the next column says count of previous sales, like how many times previously has this property been in the auction. So like, for example, this one was in the auction twice before, this one has been there 4 times before, this one has been there 8 times before. So it would be a good thing to ask yourself, why has this been in 8 times and it still hasn't been taken up, you know? So the same thing. So this one has not been in the auction before. This will be the first time it will be in the auction, so maybe it's going to be hot cake. So if you're interested in it, but you probably have to have a bid, some good amount of money to bid on it. So things like that. And then the next one, it says current owner. So the current owner, the name of the current owner, the address of the current owner, because sometimes you can own the property but you don't live in that area. So whenever you want to look for that property in the recorder's office, this is the path that you will use. It says recordings path. So when you click this path, then it will take you to all the details you need to know according to the records of the recording office. All right, so bidder number, this one is just, it doesn't have anything right now, but whenever people will start bidding, the winning bid, the bidder number is going to show up on that column. New winning bid, the winning bid will show up on that column. And then that's it, the assessor's PDF. So this is a PDF of the property, just the details of that property in a PDF version. So if you want to download it and study it for yourself later, this is the link that you need to hit. And then the next one says assessor's website. So the same property, but you want to see it on a website, you just hit that link and it will take you right there. Legal description is different than the street address. So whenever you look inside the documents, you have to make sure that both the street address and the legal address match to be sure that you're looking at the exact property that you're planning to bid on. That's it. And then the property class code, classification code, those are the details in the assessor's office. They classify the property based on, I guess, the terms of use and things like that.
But guess what? We will discuss this in a lab. Be on the lookout for that. We will love to hear back from you.